Doug MPA back with another video. So guys, we all know that men and women value different things in the workplace. Men want money and status. Women want diversity, equity, and inclusion, flexible workspaces, maternal leave, all of that stuff. In this article, the number one thing women really want at work, it boils down to 2 words, according to 800 executives, proves my point once again, guys. This article is fairly recent. We're going to get into this. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. And this is short, but we're going to get right into it. It says, rising burnout rates and ongoing childcare crisis and lingering effects of the cough have forced thousands of women to reevaluate their relationship with work. As the CEO and co-founder of Chief, a network focused on supporting and connecting women, I've seen how high-performing women have been affected by all these factors. There's a huge disconnect between what employers think women need versus what they really want, according to our survey of more than 800 executive women. So, guys, I've done multiple videos on my channel about, for every one male executive that quits, 2 female executives quit. And why that is because when you become an executive at a company, you're working 80 to 100 hours a week. You don't have a lot of work-life balance. Women will have this ambition and work hard to get to the executive suite, but they don't want to do it long term. They just don't. Men will work those kind of hours for a lifetime, but women will usually get to 35, 40 and one off the train to focus on family or go to a different work culture that doesn't work them as hard or focuses more on, like I said before, diversity, equity, and inclusion, all that stuff. It says, we want flexibility and paid family leave so we can manage the disproportionate burden of caregiving. But these policies are no longer seen as nice to have benefits. They're baseline expectations. There it is, guys. And the thing about it is only companies in the West are having to go through this. For every company that gives in the West that gives women this stuff, there's companies in Asia, Russia, all the rest of the world that are going to be able to get ahead because they don't focus on this stuff. So what will really keep women from quitting? It boils down to 2 words: value them. Guys, value a woman by paying her to take a year off of work. Yeah, there you go. So if a man can take a year off of work paid for having a child, is he not valued? They're not ready to have that to answer that question, are they? So here's how: better practices, not just better policies. It's not just company policies that define an employee's work experience, but how managers act and behave as well. Business leaders need to enforce behaviors that ensure all employees feel they can take advantage of benefits without repercussions. Offering the option of remote work, for example, doesn't guarantee that women who take advantage of it won't be passed over for stretch assignments or be left out of project conversations. Well, yeah, yes, I would agree with that. But so many corporations involve remote work now that I don't really see that as an issue. Not in 2024, but then this woman would say, "Well, you're a man, that's why." We must champion the women on our teams, whether or not they're in the room, and make sure that those who are remote or on paid leave don't get overlooked for growth opportunities. I would suggest that there's if a woman is planning on doing something like having a child, they have kind of like a off ramp where she talks to her team about the fact that she's not going to be there and who's going to have to pick up. Because let's just put the rubber to the road. Childless people have to suffer for people having children, particularly women having children. I don't have any kids. You know how many times I've had to pick up the slack for a woman who's gone out on maternity leave, and a lot of women do have children too, and they have to go through the same thing us men have to. Increased pay. Women who consider here comes the pay gap, guys. Women who consider leaving their jobs in 2022 are nearly twice as likely to say that they want money related actions from their employee compared to those who opted to stay. 40% of women we surveyed said pay transparency is important to their retention, but only 19% said that their current workplace practice it. Guys, that's never going to happen. Ever. So we need to get rid of this notion that companies are going to have pay transparency. If I owned a company, I wouldn't do it either. Women also want more learning and development funds. Of course they do. But just 52% said that their employer offers them. Investing in these opportunities could be the catalyst for women to get promoted with more pay, helping to close that gender wage gap. I told you it was coming, guys. Promotions. Women want more power in the workplace. That's what this whole thing is about. Women want more power, not having to do all the work that men had to do to get power to do traditionally. It's just be given to them because of they're women. For many, this comes in the form of a promotion. Only 25% of C-suite members are women and 5% are women of color. Unsurprisingly, our survey showed that many companies are missing the mark on leadership diversity because they lack long-term action plans. Here's the thing. When 2 women executives quit per every 1 man, like for there to be a long-term action plan, women are going to have to want to stay in these executive positions long-term, not want to quit. Instead of one-off promotions, employees need to continuously set and track progress to ensure that the promotions are equitable and not succumbing to bias. One other thing, you guys know that a lot of law firms and hospitals are putting IVF and insemination in their female doctors or lawyers' insurance plans to, to to try and get them to not have kids till as late as possible, because a lot of female lawyers and doctors, before they have a kid, they'll work 80 hours a week, but when they have that kid, they work 40 or less. Says employers should sponsor networking opportunities that help women leverage and expand their power. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So that they're better positioned to lead. One survey participant told us being nominated for an internal programming uh, internal program supporting growth and development still evolved into a much bigger opportunity. It's only when we make workplaces work for women leaders that we will see a more equitable and diverse workplace for everyone. So once again, she has to say that because she's part of this organization connecting executive women leaders. Women need to have women just hate the fact that they're going to have to make a choice, guys. If you're going to be an executive or a politician or something, it's a one-way trip a lot of the time. And you're going to have to be just like a man, overworked, stressed, not being able to focus on family. There are plenty of military officers, enlisted military, corporate executives who missed out on so many things in life because they had to work. And women don't want to miss out on those things. I should be able to have all the power a man has, but then be able to be home every night at 5 o'clock to pick up the kid. It doesn't work that way. You can't redefine what it takes to get a position, to get a successful position and keep it. You don't get to do that, ladies. Sorry. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.